Hey there, everyone. Good afternoon. King 5 Meteorologist Adam Claibon here with you on this Thursday. We're still cold. We're still in first alert mode, and we're going to be that way for a little while. We're in that way until Saturday morning. Looks like we're going to keep the colder temperatures around through that point. Temperatures, yeah, are going to drop down into the teens and 20s tonight, but wind chills are going to probably dip down into the single digits in a few spots. One saving grace we do have tonight is that the wind that will start to die down as we go throughout the nighttime hours. And looking at where it's going to happen, it's pretty much everywhere here in western Washington that we're going to feel those colder temperatures. So outside right now, another saving grace, the sun that has now peaked out. That's helping at least to bring a little comfort to the chill that we have in the air. Not going to see much of that once we head into the nighttime hours, because with the clearer skies, temperatures should drop a whole lot more quickly. And looking down at Tacoma, you can see skies trying to clear out. We're trying to get a little bit of a glimpse of Mount Rainier, but you can see all off into the distance that we got the snow into the foothill communities. That snow that fell down in Tacoma, that is now completely melted away. Wouldn't say we're completely out of the woods as far as tomorrow morning, some icy spots, but I think most spots should be okay, except those areas that are a little more shady that didn't get the sunshine to melt things away here this afternoon. So let's continue on. Out in Bellingham, skies are clear, but it's a little more windy up this way, and we're going to show you what that means for the wind chills here into the afternoon and on into the night. Westport, we saw some snow throughout the overnight hours. Looks like that has melted away, and it's just a cold afternoon here. More of the sunshine into these parts, and also looking at Mount Pilchuck off into the distance at Granite Falls. Now let's talk about Bellingham, because our SchoolNet site right there reporting 26 degrees with a wind chill of 15. Those gusts got really high earlier into the day. We got up to about 50 miles per hour. Starting to come down, and again, gradually as we go into the night, winds will continue to decrease, but we're still expecting it to be bitterly cold. Now, the low temperatures this morning dropped between the low to mid 20s, a few upper 20s farther to the south, where we had those clouds stick around with some of that snow early into the morning, but all spots were safely below that freezing point, and some of us have now just gotten above freezing. 34 in Seattle, 36 in Renton, 37 in Puyallup. Now, if we don't get up to 36 degrees out at SeaTac Airport, well, guess what? That is going to be a new daily record low high, or a daily record high or cold high for the area here, which means that we have never seen a day that has been colder for this particular date, and we expect tonight's lows to actually reflect some of that too as we head into early tomorrow morning, as the air mass is going to be just that cold. But current temperatures in Mount Vernon, 36 in Hoquiam. We're seeing wind chills that are currently sitting in the teens and the 20s as those numbers continue to drop, but the colder spots again farther to the north around Friday Harbor and Bellingham, where we have some of the stronger winds. Speaking of those, you can see those coming through some of the gaps right there around Renton Heights, only at about 8, but as you go farther up into the foothills where you are farther away from that reporting site, I'm sure you're seeing gusts closer to 20, maybe 30 miles per hour at times. And the same is what we're seeing coming from the Fraser outflow up there around Bellingham at 22, and then noticing some stronger winds out along the coastlines as well. Quileute at 22, 23 in Hoquiam. So that's just going to add more to this bitterly cold air mass that we still have maybe a few snowflakes kind of here and there. Better chances if you were to see them right here along the north coast of the Olympic Peninsula. A few snowflakes there around Port Angeles and Sequim. Better chances here down around the south coast, getting closer to the Oregon coast, around areas such as Raymond, and then you go farther to the north, you can see maybe a few snowflakes there around Hood Canal, but the overall trend is that things are beginning to clear on out. Wind advisories, they remain in effect until 4 a.m. tomorrow morning up here across parts of Whatcom County and the San Juan Islands. And that is for some of those gusts closer to 50, I think more now around 40, maybe 35 miles per hour. And here's the forecast tonight. Skies clear. Once we drop into the 20s, we'll keep on dropping, and we'll probably just hold on barely to the low 20s here out of Seattle, but I think overall it's going to be a really cold night, and we do have a few spots that will drop into the teens for some of those overnight lows. Let me show you what I mean by that. Here we are, later into the night, 8 p.m., temperatures dropping quickly after being in the 30s for a good chunk of the day. We're in the 20s and dropping into the low 20s up around Bellingham, which by early tomorrow morning, that will drop into the teens. Low 20s around a lot of our other spots, some upper teens across some of the interior parts too. Then we'll go into tomorrow afternoon. See temperatures warm slightly from what they're going to top off today and then drop quickly again tonight. So mid and upper 30s tomorrow afternoon and then back into the 20s we go tomorrow night. We'll stay warmer, however, in comparison to tomorrow morning as we head into early Saturday morning, and then we're possibly going to get back into the 40s as we go later on into the day Saturday. A few spots still holding on to the 30s. Now, when you factor in the wind, you can see this afternoon we're still seeing those 20s and teens for the wind chills. We head into the night, 10 p.m. Teens starting to show up for a lot more spots, and most spots will be in the teens for wind chills by early tomorrow morning. Bellingham, that's where we could see some of those single digits ahead and then start to warm things up as we go deeper on into the day for tomorrow and continue to see that trend on into your Saturday. And then future radar, any additional snow? Well, it's not going to be anytime soon, or at least over the next couple of days. Tonight into the day tomorrow, looks like for a lot of the day Saturday too, things staying completely dry. But as we go deeper on into Saturday, you can start to see 9 a.m. Those showers, they're returning up across British Columbia, and then they start to come in later on into the evening, and most spots probably will start off with a rain snow mix, if not just all snow too. A little bit of a rain shadow again, rain snow shadow, as you can see right here around the northeast coast of the Olympic Peninsula, around Camano and Whidbey Island. That might even include parts of Snohomish County too, but that might limit some of the snow totals if we are able to see any with this as it moves on by and as it continues its way on forward to the east. Now, back off towards the coast, we're probably going to keep things mainly in the form of rain with that. And then that will continue to dive southward as we go on into your Saturday and into your Sunday as that quickly races on through. And we're still keeping this pattern that's going to keep systems coming in from the north, meaning that rain and snow chances not quite done with us yet. A lot of the systems will be weak ones though, so not any big chances of accumulating snowfall again with any of those that'll be coming on by. So your forecast here for tonight, calling for the low to drop down to 21. Tomorrow's morning record is at 24, so we probably are going to beat that with temperatures back into the mid-20s by Saturday. The record low that morning, 20 degrees. That's probably safe, and then we're back around the low to mid-30s heading into Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday mornings. Today's forecast for the rest of the day, we're talking sunshine, highs in the mid-30s farther to the north. We'll see more mid-30s too. Farther to the south you go, North Bend holding on to just that freezing point at 32, 35 as you get closer to Bremerton, and low to mid-30s with those flurries beginning to end. They're closer to Hood Canal. And then your forecast tonight, low 20s, upper teens, 18 in Puyallup, 19 in Bellingham, mid-20s out there along the coast. And as I mentioned, yeah, we're still in first alert mode here all the way through Saturday morning. We'll have that system come through late Saturday night into early Sunday. That's a transitioning system where it does help to bring in at least a warmer, relatively warmer air mass with highs back into the 40s and keeping those lows more so in the 30s as we go deeper on into next week. The rain and snow chances pretty light in nature, nothing too major. And again, the chances of seeing accumulations other than Saturday night into early Sunday probably going to be really slim as we head into Monday and Tuesday before things do start to quiet down just a little more by the time we head into next Wednesday. So yeah, we're still in the deep heart of winter right now. A lot of cold day or two to come over the next 2 days. Be careful. Make sure that you are dressing warm, dressing layers, and give yourself plenty of time as you head out the door early in the morning to warm out the vehicle and get to your destinations. Take care, everyone. We'll talk to you later.